Hello, welcome again to this new session. And today we are going to talk about. We have looked already this part, which we managed to get the data. And from this particular part, we have looked at this part, which we managed to add data. But now we need to work on this part, which we are going to be able to search for the data. So on this particular part, what we are going to do, we are going to set first this environment to allow us to search, because as it is of now, it doesn't look like it can do proper searching. So we need to do that, but also from there we need to go forward and restructure the thing. So actually, the way I see this, we could even leave it right here. We could put this somewhere here so that it used the same. But yeah, let's do the way we designed. Because why I'm saying that, because we need to get the table like this other side, and with that table we are going to do the same, almost the same thing. So let's go to code. Let's go to code and see what we'll do. So on the part of the code, we're going to open our index, and in our index we are going to copy the table actually. We are not going to rewrite the table. Actually, it was supposed to be done together, so we will copy it, unfortunately. Yeah, that's very unfortunately. All right, so we're going to copy this table, and from there, we are going to paste it to this other side of searching below form. So we leave a space, we paste it, but also we get rid of all the PHP command and PHP code, and we remove all of that. We clear that, and we clear also this, and we clear these too. So with this ready, set, and prepared, our table is supposed to be having some different, little bit new looks comparing to how it was before. So if we do the refresh of the page and we come to here, we see we have this now a space waiting for content. From there, we are going now to put the content. When we write numbers here, we do the search. It has to bring us back, and the rest we will fight with them as we go. All right. So on that party, we need also to remember one more thing, that we need to set to make sure that this is friendly. So okay, let's focus from one thing by at a time. Yeah. So what we're going to do now, we are going to introduce something that we have used before, which is called session. Session actually is the one that will assist us, because we are not going to bring the code of search here, no, but the code of search will remain on the server file. And when we do the search, we want the server get student by ID method to do the searching for us and give us the result into the session. And that session is the one that we are going to use it to show the content here. So for us to do that, we will need to do a few things. We'll need to start the session, and the session starts, because without starting the session, then the session cannot work, because it gives us associative array. And as long as that we are going also to use session on this other part, we also need to use that. So we'll little bit rephrase our code a bit so that it can welcome new development. And from there, we have session start. After that, then we are ready to go, because this session is starting, and this session here is starting. So what we are going to do, we are also going to little bit use another method, little bit. So we'll modify a little bit this method, little bit, very, very little, so that it can give us exactly what we are looking for. So without that, it will not give us exactly what we are looking for. So we need to little bit modify it to a certain way that it will give us exactly what we are looking for. So in order to do that, we are going to comment on this code because we don't need this. This was code which was used to show. So we'll comment on them. And from there, so remember, this one is a PDO. This one is a PDO. So when we do the loop, we are doing loop actually while this object has still connection with the database. So it's not advisable because you can't move it. You can't play with this just moving around with it. So you need to make sure that you handle it in a certain very much care. So how do we handle it with care? Is by getting this and ask if we can get all the data which is inside there, and we move that data to array so that with that array we can just jump with it anywhere we want to go. All right. So with that in mind, we are going to create a session or a session variable which is going to be session, and this session is going to be called, how can we call, like search result? Yep, I think that's a good one. Search. So I don't like to write full name, search result. After that, I will say STMT2. I don't know why it's very long, but yeah. Then from there, we need to use the method from the PDO result, which is called fetch all. So what will this do? Will get all the results returned and change that to a proper array that we can now jump with it and where we want to go and use it. That's why when we put it in a session, the other side will just have the simple for loop, which will be looping inside this particular array. So when we do that, then we need to call this method on the else. So how are we going to do that? So after modifying, we need to know now what will come this side. What will come this side will be will be what? Will be the search and SP. So as long as that we need to check if SP is set. And here we can choose either to use the else if or any other thing. So I will prefer else if, and I'll use is set, and I will go with posts. I will go with SP, search part, and from there, now I will call my method, which is called get student by ID, which is going to do some magic, and I pass it the object BBA, and I give it the object of post. And from there, I give it was search, if I'm not mistaken. I will let me just check that. So, all right, so this is the search, and that's what I'm passing here. If these things are well, then this will be working. After that, I have to make this header here so that we can go back to the same file, to the one who called us. So we go with header, and from there we go with location, then we are done there, and we call the associative array saver. And from the saver, we are expecting to get HTTP Fellow. Then from there, we are done at this level. So on the server part, we have almost done. Not really, really done, but yeah, better this way. We have almost done, and and now we are going back to the index where we have to work now with our table. Because remember, when the result is coming, we need now to show the result in the table. So we need to work with this table to show us what it has. If it's one, if it's two, whatever. So let's do that now with the, if you remember, TR is all surrounded by loops. So we are going to do almost the same thing. Okay, the same thing. PHP, and from there we go with so as long as that we are going to be dealing with the session, we need to first check if the session is set. Otherwise, we'll be getting unnecessary errors. So we first thing we do the check if the session is set. So is set. If it's set, then we check that we are talking is a session code search result, right? If that's the correct word. Where are you, man? Yeah, search results. So if that's the case, if it's set, then well and good. From there now we can go for the for each. For each, which will be having session. Oh, session. Then from there will be row, and this is done. With that, in that we are done, we are now going to the code. So because the code is not going to go here, we are going to take our close, and then, yeah, let's a little bit be back. I want to see my code clearly. Okay, from there, we now come here, we say PHP is ending here. All right, so and we paste that code of ours, and that means, yeah, we can do that for the sake of showing the clarity, or we can join them together. That's not a problem for now. So with this, then we are going back to the HTML, where we are going to be calling PHP, and then from that we call this, we are going to use print or echo, and from there the echo something, and then we can do that exactly by getting the result. So what are we going to write here? We are going to use print. Okay, and we can do that. So anyway, print, and then we say row. I think that should be row. After that, we say, yeah, index 1, index 0. And we do the copy. Sorry for me copying this. I think you shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, you shouldn't be copying things, because you forget they will not go through your head. They should go through your head, then you are through all the ways to the lighting. So with this done, I'm sure I'm almost there, and I'm not there, but I'm almost. So With this, if we set everything well, that means that our lesson will be reaching to an end until its end. Otherwise, anything can happen here. Good. So let's see. Let's see now with the load. We go to search. Okay, we had one already. Okay, let me say four. We load, we go to search, we see Oscar Banda is coming. So the challenge, the big challenge here is when I am not searching after this, I don't want to return back here and see this. No, 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 no. So how will I do that? I should unset this particular result after when we come here, then as we are done here, we unset that particular this particular array actually session. And it's cool when we unset it inside there. If when it's done, if it's finishing, then we unset. So unset, set and set what and set session. The section we are setting is SR. Session setting is SR. So after this means that it will not bring any other result until we also search again. So if I go here, unexpected error. I did what? Unexpected error. I didn't cross my line. Yep. Yes. So done. And when we come here, let's see if it's empty. Yeah, it's empty. So now it has no result until I search again. I search one, I go, I find the result. But if I go back, I will not have a result. So that's one. But another problem of our search, which will be the next lesson, is I have to move here to come to see the result. But I want when the result come, when I do search, I return here. So I do number 5, I search, they take me here. No, no, that's not good. So let's come meet on the next lesson, but this has ended here. And on the next lesson also, we'll not only search for ID, by using ID, we'll do a little bit more searching by even different other particular possibilities. So thank you very much for being with us. It's Technolab, where technologies get created. Until next time, see you.